The Shadows Move by Eggsthedetective. I've been afraid of the shadows, how they always dance in the dark, how they are always there, always whispering. They feel unsettling, to say the least. Of course, there was never anything to really be afraid of with them. This of course until I met Sam. Sam was a weird guy. He always sat in the back just kinda staring at people. He was also really gothic too. Heavy eyeliner and the whole 9 yards. I'm not sure how it happened, but something drew me to him. We ended up spending a lot of time together. While we hung out, he said a lot of cryptic stuff about shadows and darkness. Something about they're always watching, and likes. I shook him off for being really into the gothic stuff, but they kept getting weirder. Now they had a name and a motive. It felt so surreal how he talked about them. He called them the dark people and gave graphic description about what they do. He said they act like boogeyman, taking people in the dark, dashing them away. I was skeptical to say the least, but he was adamant about it. Still, boogeyman, moving shadows, and satanic rituals. It seemed pretty fake, like a god boy's dream. That was until I encountered some myself. It was a cold autumn night, and I was honestly ready to just curl up and read, when I heard some strange whispers surrounding me. I had brushed them off, thought it was just a figure of my overworking imagination, but I couldn't shake it off, and soon they became more personal. They started to talk about everything I've ever done wrong in my short life, from stealing candy as a little kid to my first fight, every time I yell at my parents, that test I cheated on, the park bench I vandalized. They wouldn't stop whispering. It got worse. As the shadows danced, they nailed the nail in the coffin. They brought up spring break. It was a total accident, I swear. Me and Sam has knocked down to the lake with some alcohol he took from his dad's liquor cabinet. We had a lot of fun getting drunk underage and just being teens. We talked that night about our ambitions for college next year and some more about those cursed shadows. It had gotten really late and I agreed to drive Sam home. He didn't make it home. We crashed on the I-35 going way too fast and way too sloppy. They tried to save him, but they couldn't. The shadows didn't care that it was an accident, however, and blamed me. They taunted me about my carelessness, about how I couldn't save him. It was getting too much for me to handle. They wouldn't cease, their dances picking up in speed, like a flame licking the walls. I tried to go to sleep to make a stop, but it wouldn't, not until they claimed their prize, me. They started to creep closer, close me in, the exit long gone to the crowd. They pulled me on my sheets, trying to get a grip on me. They tugged and shouted and danced. Their dance wasn't one of a gentle flame, it was a raging river. After hours, they got me. They grabbed my feet and pulled me out of bed and towards the shadows. That's it. It's all over. I wish this wasn't happening. I never meant to kill Sam, to invoke the boogeyman. I wish I could go back and do it all over again. So many wish, yet this is my goodbye. If you're reading this, it's too late. I hope this can help them figure out what happened to me. Goodbye, everyone. Wow. What a story, right? Be careful of your shadows. Well, folks, if you like the story, like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the wasteland.